The Maya are known today as one of the most advanced civilizations to ever have existed in the ancient Americas before Spanish conquest. As early as 1800 BC, the ancient Maya had begun establishing city-states in present-day Mexico and Guatemala. They were alive for a long period of time, reaching their peak existence in what archaeologists call the Classic period. The Maya were well known for the pyramids they erected in their urban centers, which they used for sacrificial and religious purposes. Along with awesome archaeology, they were also advanced in agriculture, with corn being their most valuable crop and even part of their creation myth. The Maya also made significant advancements in astronomy and math, one of them being the first to use the concept of zero, along with an extremely accurate calendar which they based off observations made from the sun and sky around them. The Maya had a great deal of passion and knowledge when it came to astronomy, so much so that they created an early observatory which they called the Caracol. Our group will dive deeper into the buildings they had erected for astronomical purposes, as well as observations they made about space later in our video.
The ancient Maya were very avid astronomers who recorded and interpreted every aspect of the sky. They believed the will and action of gods could be read in the stars, moon, and planets. Important buildings were also built with astronomy in mind, such as temples, pyramids, palaces, observatories, and even ball courts. One example of this is at the Lost World Complex in Tikal. There is a pyramid that faces 3 temples. If you stand on this pyramid during a solstice or an equinox, those 3 temples will align with the rising sun. Another example is an observatory at Choquicalco. It is an underground chamber with a hole in the ceiling, and the sun shines through on May 15th and July 29th every year. On these days, the sun will directly illuminate an illustration of the sun on the floor, and these days were held important for Mayan priests. The Mayans also offered many human sacrifices to the sun as well as to Venus. Venus was the patron planet of warfare, which is why the dates of several Mayan battles are connected with the key position of the Venus cycle. Sacrifices were also made to the sun when there was drought, crop failure, or disease spreading around.
Mayan priests of the empire also took on the role as astronomers, who looked to the heavens for guidance. They used what they saw in the sky as signs from their gods, relaying myths and showing signs that helped them determine decisions. Shadow casting devices and observations of the horizon were used to trace the complex motions of the sun, the stars, and planets. The Maya developed one of the most accurate calendars based off kept recordings of movements in the sky and space, as well as the passage of time. The Maya observed and recorded these astronomical occurrences in codices. Only 4 of these written accounts still remain today, as most of them have been destroyed. Along with tracking space and time in these manuscripts, they also had listed best days for rituals, agricultural stuff, and medical research. The Maya also kept detailed records of the moon and Venus, whereas the moon helped guide a dead person's spirit to the afterlife, and Venus could predict the future and help Maya warriors go forth in battle.
The many observatories built, as well as the many architectural feats that were crafted, are some of the few ways we can further explore how astronomy affected the overall lifestyle of the Mayan people. Though they were an ancient society, they were incredibly advanced in many ways. Their devout view on celestial bodies led them to creating intricate calendar systems, scriptures, and ways to track the movement of the planets and stars. Astronomy was an overwhelming influence within Mayan society, from religious views to architecture, to when to begin and end agricultural seasons, and even for planning battles. The Mayans relied on the stars and the planets and the sun and the moon for year-round activity.